Hey everybody, and welcome to the latest Doctor Who A Journey Through Genres video. My name is Jessica Dwyer, and it's been a long time since I've done one of these, but with the new season starting of Peter Capaldi's run, and the last episode of the show being very rife with sci-fi homages, especially to the film Alien, I thought it fitting to take a return back to another Tom Baker classic with the Ark In Space, which is one of my favorite Tom Bakers. And here he is, little fourth Doctor, right there. Hello. So, with that out of the way, I want to talk about the Ark In Space. The Ark In Space actually was first shown in 1975. And that's relevant because of what it's about, and also the fact that it was 4 years before we would see Ridley Scott's Alien on the big screen. But Doctor Who, once again, beat him to the punch, much like they did with John Carpenter's The Thing, and did a very creepy, for a kids show, a very creepy storyline about a space station that was basically an ark, hence the title, Ark in Space, that the human race knew they were facing extinction due to just the world going to hell, nuclear radiation and fallout and all that. So what they did was they sent up a space station with the best and brightest on board, and a leader by the name of Noah that was put in suspended animation. And while they were up there, they were visited by these very, very disturbing creatures called the Wirren. And the Wirren, what they do is they take over the human host. They take over the body in a very disgusting and grody way that kids probably should never see, but I did when I was about 5. So I saw this probably 5 or 6 years after it was first aired, and as a 5 or 6-year-old, when you see green goo go on someone's hand and coat them and then change them slowly into a big pile of green goo and eventually into a giant bug, you're kind of scarred for life. But as you can tell by my description of that, it's very similar to the body takeover that is done in Alien. Even though they use the human body as a host, the Wirren actually change the human body into themselves. So you got a little bit of District 9 in there as well. But this was a really great storyline for the Fourth Doctor and Sarah and Harry Sullivan. Yay, Harry Sullivan! The most underappreciated companion ever! I loved Harry. Anyway, the story follows as the TARDIS, of course, the crew of the TARDIS, Harry, Sarah, and the Doctor end up on the space station, and they discover what's going on, and they discover also that the crew has been asleep too long due to the Wirren showing up and messing with the controls, and by a lot. They've overslept a lot. So as Noah, who has been woken up, goes to investigate, he is infected by the alien, the Wirren, and the green goo goes over him, and he's slowly changed. And they're not just that. They do in fact lay eggs in people, but they never really show that. It's just, you don't have to see it, you know it's the case. But as I said, it's kind of interesting to me again where Doctor Who was ahead of the game in terms of this. Now, I know the alien infestation, alien body changing isn't anything new to the sci-fi genre, but I think it's interesting how closely this is similar to Alien. Maybe not in the horror factor and that extreme as it is there, but it's very similar. And I think it's worthy of you, if you've not seen Doctor Who, if you're still trying to figure out if you want to watch it, or if you haven't seen any of the classic Who's yet, go watch this one. It's a really great one. It's right up there, I think, with, you have the Tom Baker era, and Genesis of the Daleks is probably always going to be like the #1 spot. But I have a love of Ark In Space. It's just such a creepy, really well done episode arc for the Doctor and his crew. And there is a moment where Tom Baker does this glorious speech about the indomitable Homo sapien species that will never die. They just keep trying and finding ways to survive. And it's a testament to why the Doctor loves humans so much. You find it out in this episode. The music's great in this. Like I said, the special effects. The giant we're in when he's completely changed is sort of... It's actually pretty decently done, but it's still a guy in a suit kind of half moving around. But the gooey, half-changed Noah's horrifying, and the actor sells it. His name's Kenton Moore. He sells that character. And the ending of this episode arc is quite touching and still testament to what the Doctor says about the species and the will of human beings to keep going, and who they are, and keeping true to that. And it's really a great episode arc. I really, really love it. So Ark In Space, as I said, very reminiscent, actually would be before of Ridley Scott's Alien and a few other classic sci-fi archetypes out there. But you should totally check it out, and it is out on DVD, and I think it might be one of them that is in fact available on Hulu and Netflix that you could stream. But if not, it's definitely worth finding and buying if you can't find them on there. It's one of my favorites, and you should go check it out. So here's a little bit more from Ark In Space, and I will see you next time on a journey through genres.
Wirren are here.
What's that?
Membrane.
Where's it from?
It's almost too horrible to think about.
Resistance is useless. Leave the Ark or die. When the Wirren emerge, you will be hunted down and destroyed.
If the Wirren can do that,
Get back! Get back!
they'll literally eat us alive.
Those things are so venomous.
There's no chance at all.
The fate of all humanity might be decided within the next few hours.
Touch that switch, and I'll atomize you.
Dune's knowledge.
It's been thoroughly digested, I'm afraid.
Don't make jokes like that, Doctor.
When I say I'm afraid, Sarah, I'm not making jokes.